Okay, get this. Just one single night of bad sleep can mess with your blood sugar so much that your body looks like it has type 2 diabetes. I know, that sounds crazy, right? But it's true, and it points to one of the most important and honestly most overlooked connections in our health, the link between our sleep and our metabolism.
And that quote right there, poor or mistimed sleep isn't just tiredness, it rewires metabolism. Yeah, that says it all. It is a huge deal. And unpacking powerful truths just like this one is exactly what we're all about here. Welcome to Sleeppedia, a little corner of the internet totally dedicated to the science of sleep and our circadian rhythm.
So we've all been there, right? A terrible night's sleep, and the next day you feel foggy, you're grumpy. It's the worst. But what's really happening inside your body goes way, way deeper than just your mood. We're going to dive into how a broken internal clock can actually trigger some pretty serious metabolic problems. Okay, first things first, let's get on the same page about the main problem here: insulin resistance. So just picture insulin as this little key. Its job is to unlock your body's cells to let sugar in so you can use it for energy. But with insulin resistance, well, that lock gets all rusty. The key doesn't work so well. Sugar starts to pile up in your blood and your body is headed down the path toward type 2 diabetes.
That really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, how on earth does not sleeping enough connect to your blood sugar? They seem like they're in completely different worlds. But it turns out the connection is direct, it's biological, and it is incredibly powerful.
So how does this all happen?
Well, it really just boils down to these three main pathways. When your sleep gets all messed up, it sets off this chain reaction, this cascade of failures in your body's most basic systems, starting all the way down at your genes.
Now, this first one is so cool. I want you to think of your body as this giant, amazing orchestra. You've got the master clock in your brain, that's the main conductor. But every single one of your organs, your liver, your pancreas, your muscles, they all have their own little conductors, these tiny clock genes. And when your sleep is off, it's like all those little conductors just go rogue. They totally ignore the main conductor, the whole symphony falls apart, and your metabolism becomes this chaotic mess.
And if that wasn't enough, next up is the hormonal chaos. Poor sleep makes your stress hormone, cortisol, spike at the absolute worst time, in the middle of the night, which tells your liver, hey, make more sugar. At the exact same time, the hormone that makes you hungry, ghrelin, goes through the roof, while leptin, the one that says, hey, you're full, totally disappears. It is the perfect storm for feeling stressed out, starving, and craving everything in sight.
And this brings us to the part we all feel firsthand. When you're exhausted, you're not just fighting biology, you're fighting yourself. You grab for the donut instead of the banana. You bail on your workout. You eat dinner at 10 p.m. And listen, this is not you being weak or lacking willpower. It's just a predictable result of a tired brain, creating this vicious cycle that just makes everything worse. Okay, I know. That all sounds pretty bleak. But here is the really, really important part. You are not powerless here. This is not some life sentence. Your body is actually designed to have a beautiful, healthy rhythm. And the fantastic news is that you can actively get it right back on track. So, let's talk solutions. Let's get into the good stuff. We're going to go over some simple, super effective, and totally science-backed strategies you can literally start using tonight to begin realigning that internal clock.
All right, this might be the single most important slide we look at today. We all love sleeping in on the weekends to catch up, right? But what that actually does is create something called social jet lag. You're basically giving your body the same confusion as flying to a different time zone, but without ever leaving your house. Consistency, I'm talking same bedtime, same wake-up time every single day, is so much more powerful for your metabolism.
These right here are the non-negotiables. This is your foundational checklist. Getting those 7 to 9 hours is key, of course, but timing your light is just as important. Bright light first thing in the morning is like an alarm clock for your brain, and dimming the lights at night tells it, okay, time to wind down. And it goes without saying, a cool, dark, quiet bedroom is your absolute best friend.
So now let's zoom out a little bit, because a healthy circadian rhythm isn't just built overnight while you're sleeping. Nope. It's something you reinforce with your choices all day long.
especially when you eat and when you move your body.
Okay, this is a total game changer for so many people. It's called time-restricted eating, and the idea is so simple. Just eat all your food within about an 8 to 10 hour window. Why? Because your body is a pro at handling sugar earlier in the day, but it gets really bad at it in the evening. That cookie you eat at 2 p.m. is handled completely differently than that same exact cookie at 10 p.m. It's wild.
And this is what it all looks like when you put it together. See how all the important things, light, food, movement, and then darkness, are all spaced out? They're all sending these consistent, correct signals to your internal clock all day long. Now listen, this isn't about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. Think of this more as a powerful template to aim for.
Now, we have to talk about this because it's vital. For some people, these lifestyle changes are an amazing start, but they might not be enough on their own. If you're doing everything right and you're still struggling, there could be an underlying medical issue that you really need to talk to a professional about.
So, for instance, if you snore super heavily, or if you sleep 8-9 hours and still feel completely exhausted, please talk to your doctor about getting screened for sleep apnea. It is a massive driver of insulin resistance. And yeah, things like melatonin or certain medications can help, but you have to use them smartly and always under the guidance of a doctor who knows what's up.
So after all of that, if you remember just one single thing from our chat today, let it be this. When it comes to your metabolism, it's not just about what you eat, it's not just about how you move. When you sleep, when you eat, when you see the light, that timing is everything.